Good evening, everyone. In this class, we are going to discuss about urban settlement from town to megalopolis. Okay, different stages of urban development. Okay, understanding the scale of our urban world. Okay, first of all, what makes a settlement urban? Okay, what is the definition of urban? Urban settlements are more than just densely populated areas. They are the physical form of our most complex associative life. They are centers of innovation, governance, and trade, distinguished by developed infrastructure and a population not directly involved in food. To understand our world, we must first understand the language used to describe its dominant habitats. The urban evolution. Introduced by scholar Gordon Sildy, this concept identifies the key characteristics that define an urban settlement. Okay, the presence of specialists not involved in food production, example rulers, artisans, and merchants. Then cultivation of arts, science, and writing. An agricultural surplus from the surrounding region to support the urban population. Okay, these are three basics criteria for consider a region as urban according to the concept of urban evolution provided by Gordon Sildy. We can understand urban settlements as a progression of scale and complexity. Each step on the ladder builds upon the last, creating an expanding network of human activity. This presentation follows the journey from the unfoundational town to the vast super region. Okay, at the preliminary stage, town, then city, then conurbation, and megalopolis. Megalopolis means largest city, largest urban center. The foundation stone, town, an urban center distinguished from a village not just by population size, but by its specialized functions. It served as a hub for a local area. Key differentiators, functional contrast. Unlike villages, which are primarily agricultural, towns have specific non-agricultural rules. Economic services, they are defined by the presence of manufacturing, retail and wholesale trade, and professional services. The leading center, city. A city is a leading town that has outspread its regional rivals. It is larger and performs a greater number of economic functions, becoming a nexus for a wider region. Okay, key differentiators. Greater economic scope moves beyond local trade to include major financial institutions. Infrastructure hub often contains critical transport terminals like airport, train station, ports, and administrative power. That means frequently houses regional administrative offices. Okay, the city is in fact the physical form of the highest and most complex type of associative life, according to Lewis Mumford. Okay, while not a structural change, crossing the 1 million population mark is a critical milestone that transforms a city's scale and challenges. The number of these cities has grown at an unprecedented rate, signaling a profound global shift. Okay, London was 1 million population. London has 1 million population during 1800. In 1850, 100 again. Paris, and 1860, New York, 1 million. Okay, in 1950s, by 1950 there are approximately 80 million cities worldwide. Okay, London reached its first million in 1800, Paris reached its first million 1850, and 1860 New York reached its first million. Okay, what is the definition of million city? A million city is a city with a population exceeding 1 million people. 1 million means 10 lakhs. After that, conurbation. Okay, core definition: a large continuous area of urban development that results from the merging of originally separate towns or cities into a single unbroken urban landscape. Okay, it combines several towns and cities into a single and unbroken urban landscape. Okay, the pioneer the term was coined by geographer Patrick Geddes. Okay, Patrick Geddes coined the term conurbation in 1915. Key differentiators: fusion of centers. Its defining features is the coalescence of multiple once separate urban areas. Continuous development: the space between the original centers becomes filled with urban infrastructure. Real-world examples: Greater London, Manchester, Tokyo, Chicago, Mumbai, and Shanghai. Megalopolis. Core definition: a super metropolitan regions created by the merging of multiple conurbations. It represents the most extensive form of urban landscape. The pioneer the term from the Greek of great city was popularized by geographer Jean Gottman. Gene Gottman in 1957, he coined the term megalopolis. Key differentiators: union of conurbation. It is not just merged cities but a network of merged city regions. Vast geographic scale. Status across huge distances, often linking major metropolitan areas. Prominent example of megalopolis: the urban landscape skating from Boston to Washington DC in the USA, often called Boswas, is the quintessential example of megalopolis. This ladder of growth is not accidental. Historically, urban settlements emerge and expand due to powerful economic, cultural, and political forces. Understanding these drivers helps explain why cities grow where they do. Okay, there are some factors for creating and development and evolution of an urban area. Okay, trade and market centers functioned as hubs of exchange, connecting agrarian hinterlands with regional and international trade routes. Historical example: the Nagaram of South India, which served as markets for agricultural regions. Then religious centers: the growth of pilgrimage created networks that drew large populations, fostering trade and requiring urban infrastructure. Historical examples: Kashi, Banaras as a pan-Indian center, Srirangam and Madurai in South India. Then royal and administrative centers: the seats of reigning families and governments, required resources, defense and infrastructure, necessarily creating urban course. Historical examples: Khajuraho, Kachipuram in Palavas. Okay, urban hierarchy. Okay, visual summary. First of all, town, then city. City means a leading town with more complex economic and administrative functions. Then conurbation, a continuous urban area formed from the merging of separate cities and towns. Then megalopolis, a massive super metropolitan regions extending as a union of conurbations. Okay, from the simple market town to the sprawling megalopolis, the story of urban settlements is the story of human connection, aggregation, and growth of an ever-increasing scale. Okay, that's all for today. If you have any doubt and query, just let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thank you.